You got animals beaching themselves. Animals that are two male lions having sex, man. You got people of the same male and male being together, female and female, and you allow this shit to happen under your rulership and your reign. That's foolishness, man. It's foolish because, for an example, in 2 Peter 2:6, it says, leaving the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah as an example for those that afterwards shall live ungodly. Well, why was Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed, man? Here it is, you do things to imitate other nations that were already taken down and destroyed. And you turn around and do the same things as if you can perfect it. As if you can go and escape. And like the ox said, because you haven't received a judgment from the Most High yet. But the Most High is going to bring that judgment upon that ass, man. And you're going to receive the same damnation and destruction as these other nations. But the fact that you're carrying out their sins and doing the same things that they're doing, knowing that they receive destruction for it, that is foolish, man. Touching the apple of the Most High's eye, that is foolish, man. But you want to go around and present yourself as being noble. You know, giving the men of your race that Nobel Peace Prize and shit. You know, for fucking the world up. Go ahead.
This is Psalm 73.
There you go. That's the spirit.
And
I can drop.
You
speak evil concerning oppression.
Yep. I read 7:7 there. Psalm 73 and 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. Than their heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. You know what I'm saying? Going into so-called white man, where again talking about this this NFL situation. You know, they speaking wickedly concerning oppression because people being oppressed, and you had what's the guy Trump. You know, he came forward, made a statement, and what he say? He say yeah, kind.
He said if basically he said if you got a player taking a knee or something like that.
Yeah,
you know, you say you sons of bitches. You know, the coaches say you sons of bitches and go out there and take the guy off the field and fire him. You know.
Okay, you see his look. It was proud as hell. Like, what you gonna say?
God.
You know what I'm saying?
Which if you took Negroes, if you fight niggas, all the Negroes out of the NFL, you won't have shit to look at, man. Exactly. It'll be a boring ass sport. You know, seeing all of these crackers with no salt, no flavor, fucking you know, and then they wouldn't even be allowed to tackle no more. They'll be doing a two-hand touch or some shit like that.
Oh.
You know, we bring a liveliness to the sport. Like for an example, you got Marshawn Lynch that was gone for a while, but now you know he was able to go back home to the Oakland Raiders, and he was out there and he was happy to be home. So he's out there dancing and turning up, and he got the whole damn stadium going crazy.
Yeah.
And they were happy to welcome him back. But now that he bowed, take a knee, you know, for something that he should take a knee for, well, matter of fact, it should just fucking say, to hell with the goddamn NFL anyways, man. You know? You got brothers in the truth that said fuck the NFL and wanted to push the word of the Lord versus working for the devil, man. You know, but now, because he's standing up for his people, which he would do so. Here it is, if something happened to some Edomites, all Edom will be standing up for themselves. But when Negroes do it, you know, it's a bad thing. And you want to know why people fear Negroes standing up for themselves? Because they fear, why the so-called white men fear Negroes standing up for themselves? They fear the retribution, man.
Like that one Edomite, he made that video a couple years ago.
They fear retribution. They fear the judgment that can come to them as a result of Negroes being unified, man. You know, because once we come into our right mind, which we have to do it under the word of the Lord, the Lord is going to come back and deliver us. And we're going to receive new bodies, and then we're going to be a terror to the so-called white man and this whole nation, man. You know, they fear it because the so-called white man knows that something can happen to him. All right? You know, so that's the reason why they speak evil concerning oppression, man. And then also they, you know, like the ox said, you know, they proud, man. They don't feel like they're gonna be touched in a sense, they don't feel like they're going to be touched for what they've done to our people. But when our people stand up and speak out against it, they're like, oh, don't, forget about it, or they'll try to demonize them for speaking out about it. Because even though they feel they don't want to be touched, they don't want to be touched, Go ahead.
Okay, that's what you want to read for Psalm. Okay. This is Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
God, so as soon as Esau was born, he was spewing out his lies. That's why he has the world twisted in their beliefs. That's why the world's so jacked up to where they think that we're wicked for wanting to get them off our backs, wanting to stand up and stop being slaves. All right, that's Esau. He's so evil that he changed what people perceive as good evil and what is evil good, like it says in Isaiah. He completely flipped the script.
Shit, 35, 32.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got that Hebrew going. Did you want to?
Kind of let I finish reading 32.
It's Isaiah 32:6. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy and to utter error against the Lord Yahweh by Shem Shai.
Kind of, because this devil even speaks against the Most High Heavenly Father.
It said villainy, error. In Psalms it said lies, just speaking everything that's just unrighteous and wicked, speaking all unholiness. That's all Esau knows, wickedness.
God.
Hypocrisy. The word hypocrisy in the definition means godlessness.
Godlessness. And who's more godless than the so-called white man? And then you got a Edomite that was mad, speaking about these NFL players taking a knee, and he was trying to justify America and et cetera, et cetera. He said that this country was founded on Jesus Christ and on the Torah and on the Bible, and no, it wasn't. Jesus Christ is an idol anyway. He's a fucking devil, man. This country wasn't founded on Yahushua, but it wasn't founded on the teaching of the Torah or the Bible. If that's the case, why is homosexuals allowed to fucking be married, man, in this place without receiving any judgment? Why is it that anybody can worship any God if they want to? Why isn't the children of Israel ruling? This place wasn't founded on the Bible, man. So it's a goddamn lie. Hey, the scripture says that what meanest thou to put my words in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction, and casteth it behind thy back? The so-called white man casts the word of the Lord behind his back, man, because it's worthless to him, because he's godly, he's godless, man.
To make empty the soul of the hungry, he will cause the drink of the thirst to fail. The instruments also of the cruel are evil. His devices wicked, device to destroy the poor.
He devised to destroy the poor, man. So he's also setting up plans, because all of this falls into his plan of performing a mass genocide amongst the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To issuing the time of Jacob's trouble, because he already knows his kingdom is falling. But just like Nero, when his kingdom was falling, looked to blame it on the Israelites, the so-called white man is going to do the same thing during this time. They're going to say, okay, well, the America fell because of the ignorance and the racist black people that live in it. Go ahead.
Lying with lying words, even when the needy speak is right.
Even when the needy speak it right. So he's trying to destroy us with lying words, even when the needy is speaking right, man. I got one. This is Isaiah 59 and 15. It says, "Yeah, true felleth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. And Yahweh saw it, and it displeased him, and there was no judgment, man." So, hey, when you depart from evil in this place, you make yourself a prey. When you're not cooning and doing, things dancing and, you know, tap dancing and doing the Bojangle for the so-called white man, you know, and when you're not blinding or diverting the mind of your people or other people for the so-called white man, and you speak out against all of his bullshit that he's doing, you know, you make yourself a prey. And the Most High is looking upon it like, damn, you know, he's mad because there's no judgment here, man. You know, so, you know, these NFL players should be in the mind of Moses, man. Because Moses, what did the scripture say about Moses? That he chose to suffer with his people than to be than to live a moment of pleasure, you know, in the land of Egypt, which this is Egypt all over again anyway. This is Egypt reintroduced, you know, and not the literal Egypt. It's just spiritually called Egypt, man. So go ahead and get that example about Moses, because this is a beautiful example. If you're a millionaire and your people are being oppressed, you get the platform to speak out and reach many people, man. So you should be speaking out against that shit, man, with the true knowledge of us being the Israelites, man. Not Africanism, man. Go ahead.
Hebrews 11:23. By faith.
Yeah, what happened to Lucky? What happened to all of those NBA players and shit that knew that they were Israelites? You know? Well, why aren't you speaking out against this shit, man?
Or the Olympians.
You know?
The motherfuckers, it was like 10 motherfuckers in the Olympics with the Most High name all on their shit and fringes.
Khan, you should be speaking out against this, man. Against this devil. You're on a platform to do so, man. You got the platform. But a lot of you love Esau's goodies. That's the reason why the scripture says that a gift destroys the heart, man. You're supposed to be speaking out about this oppression. You're supposed to be pissed off and mad as hell, man. Go ahead.
Hebrews 11, chapter 11, verse 23. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents because they saw he was a proper child, and they not afraid of the king's commandment, but faith. Verse 24. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Most High power than to enjoy the pleasure of sin for a season.
So you should say fuck the NFL, man. You should say fuck the NBA, cooning for the so-called white man. You ain't nothing but a gladiator. A gladiator was a slave, and your life was meaningless in the land of Rome, man. Your life is meaningless to the fucking white man. You know, other than when you on that field fucking cooning for him and making money. And it should be proven right now. And the fact that these devils are protesting you and boycotting the NFL because you decided to take a knee because of police brutality and all of the killing of these jakes throughout the United States of America and the oppression of the so-called white man. Because this hatred that he had for us ain't shit new, man. This goes back. This goes back even during the time of the Greeks. Go ahead. Well, that's a point on that. Can somebody grab Sirach 12 and 10?
This Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Yeah, so hey, don't trust the so-called white man. None of you, man. Hey, the scripture tells you, hey, it tells you don't when you come to eat with them, hey, put a knife to your fucking throat, man, because he's gonna try to shame you with his meats. I think that's in Proverbs the 26th chapter. If somebody can grab that real fast, you know, because he's gonna try to shame you. You know, this is the same devil, man. He's the same devil that's been since the beginning of time. So don't trust him, because hey, you're gonna be like one that wiped a looking glass. And when you look through and you see, you're gonna see it plainly, but you're gonna see that his rust isn't altogether wiped away. That means that his wickedness ain't gone. You know, although he tries to hide behind the cloak of righteousness or nobility, you know, he's the same devil on the inside, man. Go ahead. No, go ahead with the Sirach. Hold the problem. Though he humble himself and goes, go crouching. Yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass.
That's 23:2, by the way.
And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Break it down now.
Ooh, I'll just go to the next verse, because you just broke that. You just
Yeah.
broke it down. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he standeth up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat.
Kind.
And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith.
Kind, you should take the Native Americans for an example, man. They don't deal with fucking Esau no more. You know, they're like, hell no, because they remember all of those treaties that he broke. You know, all of the things that he said that he would do and that he didn't do, and how he went behind their back, and how he fucking took everything from them, man, and murdered them and slaughtered them. You know, take them as an example. Hey, jump over to 13 in verse 8.